Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fury Force Sign here, and welcome back to another video. Today, as you can tell, the camera, the phone camera that I've used, well, it's more straight to my face now. And that's because, a couple of days ago, I bought a brand spanking new, tripod, uh, because my other one had a few pieces missing, and I don't know where they're at. Okay, so, and as an added bonus, so while I am using the tripod, I did try to use this piece of it, and let's just say my screen protector did not want to work well with it, so I put on the one that I had with the old one, and it does it a hell of a lot better, than the other one, so I'll probably just keep the old one and just take this one out, but whatever. Um, so, yeah, so, as you can tell, brand spanking new tripod, which means I actually have a way to, do what I've been wanting to do for a while now. Um, which goes into my next point. So as you guys may have seen yesterday, I put up on YouTube a video that was showing a list of games that I currently have, that I currently had at that moment in time, because ever since then I've bought a few games that were on the sale in the PlayStation Store. I bought them, and of course I added them to the list of games that I already have at the moment. Um, so yeah. So my goal is I'm gonna try to do a playthrough of every game that I currently own. Even though I do feel like there should be two particular games in question that I now feel like I probably should not play because of how it's aimed more at modern day kids and back when I was a kid, so, nostalgia, right? I feel like the reason why the reason I feel like doing this is because nowadays you could do basically anything with children, and I mean anything. You could, give some, show them some love, hugging them, you know, kissing them, all that, you know, typical family stuff. But then but then nowadays, because of what's happened in recent history, nowadays you can't do a damn thing involving kids, even if it means playing a kid's game without being labeled a pedo. Truthfully, that's actually the truth. So, I'm honestly not sure if I want to play the Paw Patrol games. I do have the two of them, both of which I bought for my niece. My niece? What the hell's my niece? My niece and nephew. The first game I bought for my nephew for his birthday, and I bought the newer game, which came out late last year. I bought that for them last month because, they were being good, and I was going to get paid at a particular point in time, and I told them if you behave between now and that point in time when I showed it to them and when I got paid, I would get the game for them. And then, which is funny because when I got it for them, they started acting up, and I was like, I could just send that game back to PlayStation because I do know about their policy where you could not play the game for more than 2 hours, I believe it was. I could be wrong there. I know it was you had 2 weeks, and then a certain number of hours to play on it for them to to refund the money. So yeah, and they behaved pretty good after that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to play the Paw Patrol games. I'm still up in the air for that one. And then as an added bonus, yeah, hold on, I know you guys can see behind me. Hold on, I'm trying to reach out for something. So as you guys know, so as you guys know, so as you guys may or may not have known, I should say, yesterday on Twitter, or the day before yesterday on Twitter, I put up a, hold on a second here. So yesterday on Twitter, I put up a poll on Twitter asking about this. Let me show you. As you can tell, it's about the Nintendo Switch Online with the NES and the Super NES games. My question was if I should include those games or not. If I should or should not include them, because technically, while I am paying for the monthly subscription, I did not technically buy those games, but because, you're getting them with Nintendo Switch Online, you know, yeah, I think you guys can see where I'm going with this. So, yeah, that was the big question I wanted to ask. And I do know some people are going to say no because of how Nintendo is with people that do show off their stuff. And while I could, and as much as I would love to agree with that, and I do, truthfully, I will not be affected by it because I don't make money off of YouTube. I do it elsewhere. I don't make my money through YouTube. Personally, I know some people make a living off of YouTube, but because my subscriber count is not that high, and my viewer count is, again, not that high, and not that I'm saying I'm not saying I need a high viewer count, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I don't make money off of YouTube. And I'm not saying anybody who does make money off of YouTube is a lazy fucker, because, first off, no they're not, because I'm pretty sure they got other things that the YouTubers have to do, and, they find a way to have YouTube help make their money so they can make a living, so I stand by those people as well. I, for one, just consider YouTube a pastime. But like I said, I know people do make money off of YouTube, making YouTube videos, so, to each his or her own, really. You can make money off of YouTube if you want to, but then again, you don't have to, if you don't want to. And no, I'm not saying that to start a political thing like the damn masks. No, because it's not political. In this case, it is personal. It's a personal choice. Anyway, but yeah. So long story short, so how I'm gonna do this is if I have the game on my PlayStation 4 that was on the list of games that I had at the moment in time, I will be live streaming it on the PlayStation 4. Now, I do have a good number of PS2, PS3, and PS4 disc-based games over there this way on my right, and on a shelf of it. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, with the PS4 games, I'm gonna live stream the game. With the PS2 and PS3 games and the Switch games, I'm gonna be using the camera. You see how it's turning toward me now? I'm gonna flip it over to where it faces the TV in the best possible way I can think of, and then I'm gonna play the game that way. You see what I'm saying? Alright. So yeah. As an added bonus, there is a few other things I'm thinking of doing in between playing those games. Of course, Apex Wrestling I know is on the group of my subscribers' minds. They're probably wondering what the hell's going on with that. And to tell you the truth, I've been working, but also a bit lazy because of how often I had to work non-stop for the last few months. Of course, we did have the occasional day off, but that's beside the point. So yeah, so the work, and I will say, like I told them, the Share Factory messed up. I was trying to save the video, and then it just crashed on me. So I decided to just delete the whole stuff. I know I could have restarted it all over again, but I decided to redo the episode. The match card that I made is still gonna be the same, but I'm gonna do some of this show a bit differently because I didn't really like the original final product that I had originally. So restarting the game, but it won't take as long because because of the fact that I'm going to change something to where, and I'm going to change things that will, make the product a little bit better in my opinion. Okay, so there's about Apex. I do have this idea of doing a few more reaction videos with YouTube videos, anime episodes, TV episodes, movies, that whole thing. But unlike somebody who's basically gonna, show the stuff, you guys are gonna be hearing it from the TV, and you're not gonna see the episode as a whole. You're just gonna hear it from my TV, like I did. Like I've done with a few WWE shows. Well, actually, I shouldn't say a few, because the only one I ever did was an episode of NXT in 2013, so that's fun. I might do that in chronological order, because why the fuck not, We'll see. I don't know, because there are gonna be a number of shows that are gonna take for fucking ever trying to deal with it. So I might split the videos down into a few parts, like doing the matches in separate videos, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see where that goes with the wrestling side of things. But in any case, yeah, this was a very big video. This was a video talking about my new camera setup, the fact that I bought a new cell phone tripod, and the fact that, and a few updates and announcements that I wanted to make in regards to certain things. So, yeah. I will say I will be working on Apex, the new episode of Apex Warzone, in between now and if I'm ever doing the Let's Play videos that I'm doing. And I can already tell you this, if we're going to start things off here soon, I'm going to say right now that if you watched the video before, I will say that the very first video game that I'm looking to do, unless I decide in the end to do the NES and Super NES titles, because chances are they're going to come before this first game, but I might do them every so often if I honestly, I might do them every so often. We'll see. But yeah, the very first game that I'm looking at doing is the one and only first-person shooter classic, 1993's Doom. And no, I'm not doing it just because James A. Janice did it earlier. I'm doing it because it was literally on the list of chronological of the games that I put together in chronological order. So yeah, we are going to be playing Doom, the cult classic first-person shooter horror survival game. Well, some people might call it horror, others might call it just science fiction, horror, whatever. Either way, that's going to be the first game I'm going to play. And I will say, I can already tell you if that majority of the games that I'm going to be playing are going to be on normal difficulty, because one, I am not a pussy, but two, I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not that fucking crazy, okay, man? I'm just saying, alright? I'm just saying. With the exception of maybe Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, because the AI on normal is honestly kind of easy, but not too easy. And I do prefer a challenge when it comes to racing games. So we'll see what happens. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Freaky Force 9, signing off.